Alright, this is Dark Moon. I am making a video about racism, individuality, inequality, and division within the gay community. This is like my umpteenth time trying to make a video because I was using my computer and it kept fucking up. But anyway, I am making this video partially in response to XY Power Pop's racism in the gay community, and also J. Bell Book's racism and division in the gay community. I wrote down some notes, as you can see. So if I look away, that means I'm probably reading or thinking. Anyway, I want it to come from the definition of racism being discrimination due to ethnic grouping, and also belief of one's race being superior or inferior to another. And I wanted to make sort of a disclaimer that I'm not making this video as a complaint, as a victim or victimizer, which I have been, of racial discrimination in the gay community. I'm not trying to be that person who's just like crying about whatever, but I'm actually just putting this out there and putting my opinion, my thoughts out there, because I think that this kind of dialogue and these taboo topics need to be addressed. Yeah, anyway, that's all. I'm talking to a camera without knowing where my face is. Hope everything is alright. But anyway, what else did I want to say? I guess I just jump right into it. I think the most prevalent issue within racism in the gay community and division within the gay community is the Western culture's expectations of, I guess, Western society in general. Gay rights and the gay movement, living, all that kind of stuff kind of was was headed by the Western society, and with that came a lot of Western ideas. Western ideas being that the white male is normal, or being white female is the normal thing. Another disclaimer: I have nothing against white people. It's not even, I'm not even trying to say like, oh, I don't have anything against you. I have white friends. Like, I'm serious. Like, it really, like, white people don't bother me. What bothers me is people's ideas that they tend not to let go of, that are hurtful and things of that nature. Anyway, that's what I'm addressing here. Anyway, the Western idea of normalcy being that which is like something that is white and falls within white American and I guess European culture. Even European can be seen as not so normal, but if it falls within that, then it's normal, and everything that falls out of that, mostly physically, as in like by appearance, and by culture, language, everything else kind of falls under that normalcy. And what really bothers me is that there are so many different ethnic and minority groups that actually buy into this, including, I won't say minority groups, but just different groups that buy into this, which includes Caucasian men and women. But just the fact that we're inside of a gay community, that has been subjected to adversity because of who we are. You would think that we would understand the issues of other issues. I mean, of people, but that doesn't mean that there's an understanding. For instance, if you look at throughout history, when America was first when this land was first landed upon by Europeans, they were escaping religious discrimination, but that didn't mean that they were going to understand the plight of African and Asian and Native American peoples, who were all pretty much either enslaved, tortured, or murdered in mass numbers by those same people. So you can't really just say that you expect an oppressed group to understand another oppressed group. You would hope that that would happen in an ideal world, but that's just not our world. Unfortunately, I wish it was. Anyway, like I said, I think that it's even more disturbing to know that there are groups of people that continue to buy into this. Regardless, you see that the Western norm has become such a strong force within the gay community, because, like I said, the gay community was, was brought up by Western society, which is awesome. Somebody had to do it, but that has brought in the normalcy of being, the white male, and in opposed to being, an African American male, or even Latin, or being Asian or Arab or what have you. You see that so many people, so many gay men and women, regardless of their ethnicity, somehow prefer to have a white person as being their sexual partner, and you can see that it's there, So why don't you ask yourself, why is that true? When on the flip side, there are other races that are not wanted, and I think that's because of just the on negative and positive sides, the ideals of that Western society has just permeated our culture. Regardless of who you are, it's permeated your ideas, your thoughts. I know when I was growing up, and looking at the media, which is a huge deal of gay culture, I always saw white men, and as being the norm. If you looked up gay, you saw white, and any other ethnicity was the specialty thing. Not so much the specialty thing as in desired, but specialty as in, well, that's not a normal thing. Those are the subdivisions, such as the big black cock, or the cute little Asian, or the spicy Latin, or that I don't know, the ever elusive Arab, all these ideas that are just subjugating different entire groups of people, and that came with the westernization of the gay community, and it's an annoying thing to think that to know that your people have become a special sauce, to the main dish, whereas you don't have to be part of the main dish, and it's. Anyway, I don't want to continue going down the road of dissecting that right now. I feel as if that could be an entirely different video topic, discussion, or what have you. I think that it... wait, I'm sorry, I'm reading. I think that within this community, as the Western society has established its gay community, and where I don't think it could be erased ever from here on out. And the not Western worlds are just establishing their communities and trying not to be erased. But with Western society, we're here, and now we're kind of stabilizing. And I think with that stabilization comes the rearing of the ugly heads that have been a part of that community. You don't see those things at first sometimes, but once it starts to settle out, you see all the little bumps and bruises that have always been there, but haven't been addressed as much. This is a taboo subject, and I think that it needs to come out now, and it needs to be exercised, and pulled out at some point, somehow, some way, and it needs to be done, yesterday. I know that I've been a victim of racial profiling in the gay community. I know that I have victimized mostly in my past. I try not to do that now, but mostly in my past I've done it, and I've done it to everybody, unfortunately. But I can say that I do think that it happens mostly to African American gay men. Being that myself, I definitely have ran into situations where someone's telling me or informing me of their own experience, or I've actually experienced it myself where someone tells me, I'm sorry, I just don't date black men. That's different than just saying, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I'm just not simply attracted to you. And, you know, granted, you know, your racial preference could just be that. You know, maybe you're just attracted to certain features or whatnot, but just as XY Power Pop said, these features are not, you know, not necessarily even only for that race, even though they're, you know, those features are, you know, usually attributed to those race of peoples. But, you know, no one's a carbon copy, you know, versus, you know, with dark skin versus light skin, wider noses versus thinner noses, you know, slanted eyes versus not having slanted eyes, light skin, dark hair, you know, all these things are just different things for different people. And how could you just X out an entire race of people just because you are trying to legitimize saying that I'm just not attracted to these people? You know, like I said, granted, maybe that's true, but honestly, you know, look inside yourself and understand, is that really just your physical appetite, or is that actually coming from an idea that these people are not desirable and I don't desire them either? You know, it's a big deal to actually look inside yourself and realize that I know that I've done it. I've done it to my own African American men. I've done it to Asians. I've done it to Latinos, and almost in like a reverse racism, I've done it to white people, and I do my best to not do that now. And I don't want to get into details about how I actually go about, you know, dating, or how I actually go about selecting my dates or whatever. But I try to make sure that I don't do those things and be a victim and be a sheep of Western society. Anyway, I don't want to go into too much of this. I can make another video about so many different topics related to this, but I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there and make a response to you guys' videos, and also put some more information out there and thoughts out there, because I tried to find more videos on YouTube about this topic, and there aren't that many. But if you look up like online articles and things of that nature, then it's actually a lot. It's out there. It's a lot more out there. Also, there are a lot of comments on XY Power Pop's video and J Bell Books videos, and so I'm glad to know that even if some people don't agree with this, that the awareness has been put out there, and that some people are now have it in their mind, whether or not they agree with it or not. But anyway, thanks for listening, and hope I get much positive feedback, though I know there will be some negative feedback as well. Anyway, take care.